Hi guys, welcome. I'm Jenna, and it is time again for the FOMO wish list. This is part 3 for this year, and this was created by Smithy Sony here on YouTube. I'll link all her information down below. If you haven't seen the FOMO wish list, this is when you go through and you share what's on your wish list, what you're eyeing, what maybe you might be picking up. And then I'm going to go over my products that were on my previous wish list and see if I'm still interested in them. Do I want to pick them up or am I over it? We're going to be doing this eye look. I'm going to be using the Whispering Woods palette today. I told you guys you'd be seeing a lot of this palette coming up, and I wasn't joking. I love it. It's so beautiful. And then let me show you the single that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be going with Fire Orchid from Inslee Rain. Isn't that so pretty? So bright, so beautiful. Screams summer. And I don't always have a ton of products that I'm interested in, so that's why I don't do this monthly. I just wait till I get enough to make a video about. And the stuff I'll be talking about, well, some will be new, but some of it will also be old. It'll be drugstore and high end. So I think I covered everything. Let's get started. All right, guys, we're going to go in with the Sydney Grace EO3, and we're going to go into Poppy. And the first thing I want to start talking about is, and I'm going to read off the first thing I want to talk about. It's the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. Okay, now I don't remember if it was the video before this or the first one, but I talked about the One Size is it Stay All Day setting spray. And I did pick that one up. I like it so much. I use it on days like usually when I have to be out because it's so hot right now, out a lot, and I don't want my makeup messing up. Works very, very well. But I was watching Miss Megan Robinson, and she tried this new one, and she just raved about it. And I just love watching her, and her suggestions go a long way with me. And since I already do love that One Size setting spray, I think I will definitely be trying this. But it will probably be more towards wintertime when my skin starts getting a little bit more dry because the mattifying one is working so well for me right now. And I do want to mention my eyeshadow is looking a little different. I'm doing a video for a eyeshadow primer wear test. So that is going to be up after this one. I think it's the next video after this one. So if you see it looking a little different, that's what we're doing. And I also do want to mention that the products that I have on here, there some are new, some are old, some are borrowed, some are blue. But they're all just going to be different stuff. Some's high end, some's drugstore. So I just wanted to let you guys know because the next thing that is on my list, first I have to ask you guys, do you guys watch certain people on YouTube? And you have to be careful when you watch them because their recommendations, it's like you're running to go add stuff to the cart all the time. That's how Makeup by Cheryl is for me. Like we have kind of the similar dry skin, and then hers is sensitive too. So a lot of her skincare I know will work on me. That's why I love watching her. And she recently did a 10 best skin tints, and I don't know, like I like the L'Oreal one, but sometimes, don't you just want to try something different and see how it works? I'm always like that. And then I end up regretting it and wish I just purchased the one I know I already like. But I do believe she had the L'Oreal on her list at one point. It didn't make it this time, but her number one, and she's been raving about this for so long. I've been wanting to try it. And it's the Beauty Blender Radiant Skin Tint. I mean, it must be like 5 years old by now. I mean, but she keeps raving it. It is her now. Spoiler alert! It was her number one. After 5 years, she loves it so much, and she had stopped using it. She said because she was using other foundations, and then she went back to that one, and she just missed it so much. So I really, really am so tempted to try that. I still have quite a bit of foundation, so I won't be picking it up until I need some foundation, but I'm pretty tempted. I am pretty tempted. And I think I'm probably going to purchase it probably from like Amazon. So if I don't like it, I can return it. So, and then I'll just go buy my drugstore one. All right, next I'm going to go with the Sydney Grace EO5. And we're going into Masling. Now, I'm not sure how long this next one has been out. I want to make sure I read it correctly. The L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection Loose Setting Powder, and in the shade pink specifically. I am obsessed with the pink setting powders. I tried the Pat McGrath one and I really like it, but I do prefer loose setting over like compact. I just feel like the pink just really brightens up underneath the under eye in that. I haven't been using it so much as since summer came, but in the winter, the spring, I was really enjoying it. I have a tiny bit of my Pat McGrath left, but I definitely want to try something else. And then I also did see after that, somebody recommended the Morphe setting powder, and it's in the pink also. They said you really get your bang for your buck, and the L'Oreal and the Morphe was pretty similar. So I'm just curious, have you guys tried the L'Oreal or the Morphe one? I don't know. It was finely milled, so that really caught my interest. But yeah, I definitely want to pick up something for winter. I'll probably end up leaning more towards the L'Oreal just because I'm more familiar with L'Oreal. I really like their products. And then another L'Oreal product I have on my list is, let me read it, it is the Infallible 3-second setting spray. And everybody that uses this compares it to the one size setting spray, the on till dawn. Is that what it's called? Yeah, until dawn. And I absolutely love that one. But another thing that I really need to start doing is paying attention to the ingredients lists. Actually, that foundation, I got to check on that too because there's a lot of stuff that makes me break out. And then I'm like so obsessed with Ms. Megan Robinson on YouTube, and she is a MAC lover, and she loves these one size setting sprays. And she says she never uses anything with alcohol on her face. And then it just really got me thinking because my skin is so dry. I mean, I know they do have some that have like a little bit of alcohol in them, but some aren't like as drying as others. And I don't need anything that's going to dry my skin out even more. So I'm going to have to look at the ingredients on that one. But if you guys have tried it, let me know if you like it because I love a good drugstore. I mean, so if the ingredients are pretty decent on it, I might pick it up and give it a try. All right, now I have a Dose of Colors brush, and I'm going to go into Elven Forest. It's interesting. They have Elven Forest matte, and then they have an Elven Forest single shimmer. All right, the next thing that's catching my eye, but I already know I'm not going to be picking this out, but I think the reason I'm just so like interested in it is because every time I click on a YouTube video, the commercial is on, and it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Cream Blush and Lip Trio. Have you guys seen it? Are they popping on your commercials too? Because they look so pretty. They're like 3 different shades, but then all the shades go together. I'm just like, but oh wow, guys! I just remembered I forgot to put my shields on today. Shall I continue to live dangerously, or shall I put them on? I think we're gonna have to put them on. So back to the ABH trio blushes. I mean, that is just like subliminal messaging at its best for me because I think that's why I really want it. But they do look so pretty, but I just absolutely bought so much blush. There is no way I can go through and keep buying more blush. I mean, I have to get through what I have now, and then maybe once maybe I start using up some cream blushes, then I'll try it. But yeah, they look so beautiful. And then lastly, there really weren't too many eyeshadow palettes lately catching my eye until this morning. I went in first and checked my email, and I saw that Adept has a new eyeshadow palette coming out. I don't know too much information about it because I just barely saw it this morning, but I think it's called the EBE. And I'm not gonna lie, it caught my eye when I first looked at it. Then I was really looking at it, and it only looks like it has like 5 mattes in it, and 2 of the mattes are like giving me Heather Austin palette vibes. So I'm not too sure about that one. I'm gonna have to wait and see swatches because I see a lot of like they look like pink looking shimmers, and it won't be bad like if a lot of the shimmers are different, in tones and textures and that. But if a lot of them look similar, which sometimes they do in palettes, it's gonna be a pass for me. But it definitely caught my eye. I love those. And then it has like these purples in it, and the mattes look almost muted. I think that's what's really catching my eye. You guys know I love some muted shades. But I will definitely be keeping my eye out on videos to see how they look. And if I do end up deciding to pick it up, it probably won't be till around Black Friday because I have just bought so much and I have other stuff that I have to unfortunately pay. I don't want to, but I do like electricity. And then I went scrolling on Instagram and I saw the new Natasha Denona mini gloom palette. Oh my goodness. This is the first time Natasha Denona has really caught my eye in a while. But again, it's I just there's only two mats, so there's only going to be like so many looks, and I understand, it's a five pan palette, so you're not really going to get too many looks in it in general. I know those are like really good for like traveling and stuff, but I actually am definitely going to be duping this. So probably next week I will have a video up duping that palette, and then I'm going to see if that kind of gets the itch out. Now, if they came out with their mid-size palettes, the ones that are like 70, and it had like a really really good color story, I might actually purchase that, but I would have to see first. All right, so that's all the products that I'm interested in now, and I'm going to go over the products from the previous video to see if I'm still interested in them or am I ready to pass on. So the first product that I had talked about was an eyeshadow palette it was the Ranger from Fantasy Cosmetica. I actually ended up doing a dupe for that one, and I liked the color story, but I just don't feel like it's something I would reach in for, and I haven't tried Fantasy Cosmetica yet. But for right now, I think I'm going to be passing on that palette. All right, so the next thing I had was the Kosas Revealer Color Corrector. I am still interested in it, but I still am using other stuff right now, and I just don't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff when I have a whole lot of products. So when it gets to the point where I like need to buy something, I probably will try it out. All right, now I'm gonna go with the Repher 28 into massing. The next thing I talked about was the Josie Marin lotion. And I am still interested in this. I haven't picked it up yet because I still do have some lotion that I'm going through. So I might pick it up maybe either when I go through this one, or I might just wait till wintertime when my skin is more dry. But I do definitely want to try it out. All right. Refer O2, and I'm going to go into Poppy. And then the last thing I talked about was the RMS setting spray. And at this time, I think if I was going to be getting a setting spray, I would go with the one size before I try the RMS, because I do know that I already like the one size brand, so I'm probably more likely to like that one than the RMS, if that makes sense. So that was everything that I wanted to talk about, but I would love to hear if you guys have anything on a wish list or if you're wanting to pick anything up. And also, if you guys are like wanting a similar look to this and you guys have the basic witch from Bella Beauty Bar, I feel like you could just so easily, you got the orange, you got the green, and then you could just easily go in with like a purple. I would go in with that one and you get a similar look with this. And now we're going to go into Fire Orchid. Wow, that is so pretty. It has like an orange shift to it. That's why I decided to go with Poppy for the transition. And then there's not a whole lot. If you were gonna go with this palette, I would probably use this one here. It doesn't have like an orange shift, but it does have like a pink and then like a purple. Is this one does kind of shift? Let me swatch this. It's been a while since I used this one. I love this palette. Yeah, it does kind of have a little bit of a pink, but it's more orange than pink. But any of the shimmers would be great. All right, guys, I was trying to decide on blush, and I was kind of going for the Distorted Dreamland from NZ Rain, but I think it's gonna deepen it up a little bit. It'd be more like for fall type of tones, and I want to keep it more for summer. So I'm gonna start out with Cure Royale from RMS, and now I'm gonna go in with Sweet Cheeks from Nude Sticks. All right, I'm trying to decide. Let me see how deep this is. Yeah, that's a little too deep for the inner corner, I think. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to put this on the lower lash line right here where the orange is. And then I'm going to go in with this for the inner corner. And then I just want to blend this in a little bit more. Let's see what this green looks like. Oh, that might be a little too much. Let's see what this one. Oh, okay, yeah. And then I'm going to put this one on the other corner. Yeah, I feel like that blends in so much better. I have to say, this shade is probably one of my favorite. It probably is my favorite in this palette. It's just so beautiful and it just like amps up any look. I love it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go finish this up and I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is the finished look. I love how the way it turned out. I feel like it looked just so fun and summery. It looks almost like a summer cocktail, if you will. Got a little bit of grunge, got brightness. I love it. Let me tell you what I finished off with. Surprise, surprise, a plum from Persona on the outer corner. Then for the rest of the lower lash line, I went in with Hot Pink from Moya Cosmetics. For the planner, I went in with Cool BFF from Colourpop. And then blended it out with BFF from Colourpop. And then I went in with Pollen from Unearthly. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And again, I would love to hear if you're eyeing anything or if you're interested in something. And I hope to see you again. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.